Okay, we're going to train on the Workshops Plus tool today. So the first thing you need to do is go to the URL workshops.sjcoe.org, and this window will pop up. You'll type in your email address, and your passwords is Workshops Plus, just as you see there, Workshops with a plus sign. So type that in and then click sign in. When you do, you will get to manage existing workshops window. I have a couple test ones in here that I used to produce this video, but I'm going to add a new one. So you can either click on add workshops right here, add a workshop, the button, the blue button, or you can go up here to workshops, click that, and move down to add a new workshop. I'm going to go ahead and click add workshop there, and it brings up the information about the workshop itself. So you can type in whatever you want. I'm going to type in workshop test, and the start date for this one I will put as the 28th of October. You have to click on this left window and it pops up this tab. I'm going to do it again. The 28th is a one-day workshop, and I'm going to just type in blah blah blah. Okay, add workshop. That's all there is to it. Click OK, and there it appears, workshop test. Now this workshop, it was created on the 27th. It tells me when the workshop is. That starts on the 28th and ends on the 28th. And currently there are no sessions in that workshop. Notice it's given a workshop ID number. That's so you can look it up later. You can either write it down and you can just click on, if there's a whole bunch, you just type it in right there and you'd find it. Okay, so you need to add a session. And so at any time if you want to, see, I did not put real information in there, and if I wanted to go back and edit it later, I just click on edit, and that will take me back to that window that lets me edit the description. So I'll click on that to show you. Now I'm back to that same one that I wrote, workshop test, the dates. If I got the date wrong after I tested, I can change the dates. I can get rid of my blah 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 and add whatever I want here, and then I can hit save changes, or if I like what I want there, I can just hit cancel. And when I hit cancel, it will bring me right back to, well, I'll hit save changes, okay, and brings me right back here. Alright, now if I click the delete button on that delete button will bring me back to this window that says, you sure you want to delete it? Now this is an important window. We don't want to delete our colleagues' workshops, so please make sure if you click that delete button, you're really sure that it's your workshop that you're in control of and you're going to delete that one. So I'm going to hit cancel so I don't delete that. The print button I'll get to later on, and so this add button, this plus button, adds session. So I'm going to click that add, and now it brings me add a new session. Now remember, a workshop would be, when we had our summer workshop, there's one workshop that can be multiple days long and you've got many sessions within it. Or you can have a workshop that just has one session, but you have to have at least one session in each workshop. So this one I would type in the title. This would be session, I'm going to be creative here, session 1. And the category, if you have categories, but you need to put something in there. So if it was a science workshop, I would write science. The date, the session date, it needs to be the same date as your workshop, so make sure you select the same date that the workshop is in. Now remember, workshops can be over multiple days, so that's why this is here. So your start time, I'm just going to pretend that it starts at 9 in the morning, so it'll be 9 a.m. and let's say it's 1 hour long, so we'll end at 10 a.m. and you have to select each one of these things. So if the a.m. is correct, you have to have an entry in each one of these boxes. So the description again is blah blah blah, and the presenter. Now presenters have to be already pre-existing users, so I can look and manage my users if I want to, or I can add a new user here, or I can add them later. But you really do need to pick a user. So you could actually pick someone else for temporarily, like I pick myself, and I can go back and change that user to be someone else later. So if you forgot to put the user in there, but pick somebody. So I'm just going to pick myself, and notice it, because when I entered my user information, it populates this with the correct phone number and my email address. So I'm going to click add session. So when I click add the session, it will allow me, when I click OK, it will allow me to automatically select files to upload. Now I can do that later on. I'm going to go ahead and click select files, right there, and I'm going to pick a bug picture, and this one is very cute. I like this bug. So I will say there's that, but now this bug picture, that's not the file name. I have to actually give it a title for the attachment. This has to have something, so I'm just going to put bug1, okay? And then I'm going to click upload files. Say okay, and now it brings me right back to that session information, but if I scan down, I see that there it is, and I can you know, it's all there. Now later on, when I get back to my session, I could add additional files later if I wanted to. Okay, now I can just go back to manage existing workshops, and there is that session number right there. And when I click on that session number, that brings me to this window, right? I can actually click on the file that I have in that session number, and there it shows me bug1. If I click on bug1, there it is. Okay, and I hit the back arrow. And if it's some other file, I can right button on that and actually save the link as and download it. Okay. Now this URL up here is an important one, because if you just copy that and paste it into your email or paste it into your PowerPoint, participants can copy and paste that number in. It will bring them to this session where they can get access to those files as well to download and be prepared for your workshop. So if you just click the back arrow, it brings me back to my workshop session. If I click back again, it brings me back to this. At any time, I can get back to this manage window by going manage workshops. So that's how you add a workshop, and that's how you add a session to your workshop. Again, if you want to get back to those files at any time, you can hit print, and it will bring me to a session number, and then I can go in and get to that session number that way. So it depends on how you want to look at it. But if I click on at the workshop level and then click that print button, I see all sessions at one time. So that sometimes that's helpful as well. You can give that workshop information. But notice that when I click on that workshop, the URL really doesn't tell me anything. Okay, so you're going to need to really give them the session information that's designed to do this. Give them the session that you want them to go to, and then give them that URL right there, and that will give them the information that they need to download the files from your workshop. I hope this helps, and give me a call or let me know if you need any information.